Guys, welcome. So you have already read the title Don't Buy the Galaxy S20 Plus. Why? The 2020 flagship? So I will state the reasons not to buy the Galaxy S20 Plus. So actually the Galaxy S20 Plus is the latest flagship from the Samsung. It's one of the best, but here are some reasons. So guys, let's get started. So from the display itself, the Galaxy S20 Plus is having a 6.7-inch display. As you guys can see, it's a smooth, awesome display. So the first reason why I not telling not to buy a Galaxy S20 Plus is if you're already having a Galaxy Note 10 Plus or a Galaxy S10 Plus. So if you're coming from a use of Galaxy S9 Plus, then obviously it's a great deal for the money. But actually, if you're coming from the Note 10 Plus itself, you won't get what you deserve, because from the Note 10 Plus you are already getting a 12 GB RAM, 256 GB internal storage. But when it comes to the Galaxy S20 Plus, you can only get a storage of 8 GB, 128 GB. So there's the catch. Let me tell about the features why I said so. So when it comes to the display, as you know that it's a Quad HD Plus display and it's 120 hertz. But there is a catch. If you go to 120 hertz, you can only use up to Full HD Plus. So it's limited by the software. Actually, the hardware is capable of doing 120 hertz and Quad HD Plus, but Samsung's One UI is limiting us to do so. So then comes to displays. So smooth and awesome display. Actually, I have been using the Asus ROG 2 and the OnePlus 7 Pro for a long time. I didn't feel this much smoothness. Actually, it just flow around the things. Actually, the one from the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, after getting the One UI 2.0, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus animations become so smooth. Actually, it's also so nice to have the Galaxy Note 10 Plus software over there. Then the another thing is the Exynos 990. Actually, the processor of the Galaxy S20 Plus is the Exynos 990. Well, compared to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, it's having the Exynos 9825, and that of the S10 Plus, it's having the 9820. So when compared to the 9820 and the 9825, it didn't have a marginal upgrade. So as actually on 90% of the day-to-day life activities and gaming, you may feel both processors are the same, but there are some aspects where you can feel the difference, but it's almost negligible. So in the terms of display, actually you get a 120 hertz advantage over there. That's absolutely a great deal. But if you're a sort of user who always use your phone on Quad HD Plus, then Note 10 Plus, S20 Plus and your S20 Plus will act the same, because on Quad HD Plus it can't use 120 hertz. So there's a catch too. Then comes to the other things, the camera. So that's the main focus on the terms of camera. So in the camera we have a 12 MP camera, then we have a 64 MP telephoto, then we have a 12 MP ultra wide, then we have a TOF camera. Actually these four cameras are already in the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Actually the 12 MB is same as here on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, but there is a catch. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus can go up to f1.5 and f2.4 based on the light. So that's a dual aperture camera, so it can switch based on the availability of the light. If the light is too low to take bright shots, it will switch to f1.5, and it is a it's a bright scenario, then it will switch to f2.4 to take vivid shots. But this is a fixed aperture camera. This is fixed at f1.8, but there is a catch. Then Galaxy Note 10 Plus have a telephoto of just 12 MP, but it have a telephoto of 64 MP, and also this telephoto can be used for taking photos. So I will show you. So let's go to the camera, and here you can see a 3:4 option over there. This is the default, actually you get by default, but you can enable the 64 MB mode over here, so you can make use of 64 MB for getting a vivid shot. So that's the advantage of the 12 MB of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And the 12 MB, actually you can see the 12 MB also on the Galaxy S10 Plus too. So then comes the main matter that differentiates the most of its storage. Actually the Galaxy Note 10 Plus comes with a 12 GB 256 GB variant, where the Galaxy S20 Plus only comes with 8 GB 128 GB variant in India. And the color variants are also it comes in three colors. The Galaxy first one is the cosmic gray, which I am having right now. Then we have the cosmic black, then we have a cloud blue. For the Galaxy Note 10 Plus we have aura glow. It's a gradient color, it's reflects right like rainbow. Then we have a color called aura black, which is the neutral color. Then we have aura white, it's absolute white like the alpine white of the Galaxy Note 9 and all. So that's it. Then well, move to the other features. Actually I already mentioned it has 64 MB camera, but it have a 30x digital zoom, so it can go all the way up to 30x, but on 30x you may get a image little bit blurry, but up to 10x it's absolutely fine and incredible from that. So in my aspect, if you are already having a Note 10 Plus, then it's not worth upgrading from in the internals, that's from the camera areas. Yes, there is an advantage of 120 hertz, then we have an advantage of 64 MB camera. Yes, there are some minute matters here and there, but Galaxy Note 10 Plus have also some advantages, like we are getting a 4300 mAh battery, but it's only supports 60 hertz. That's why it will last more than the Galaxy S20 Plus. Actually, yeah, Galaxy S20 Plus is training much battery than the, no, if the normal phone of 60 hertz drains 10 percentage, then the Galaxy S20 Plus at 120 hertz drains about 14 percentage. So there will be a significant difference over there. So then comes the main thing, the Galaxy S20 Plus supports a 25-watt charging, and the Galaxy Note 10 Plus supports 45 watts, but you will get both will get a 25-watt charger in the box. So that's what most people you will use for. Then also the other things, when compared to the S10 Plus, then in terms of the display, actually the S10 Plus have a pill shaped cutout over here, but the Galaxy S20 Plus have a round. Actually both differs, but I prefer the this one because it's a central single one, so it's more neutral like that. So that's an advantage over that too. Then compared to the other matters of the Galaxy S10 Plus, so actually, well, if you are already having an S10 Plus too, then it's upon you on deciding whether to buy. If you have an Note 10 Plus, then obviously I will say no. But if you have an S10 Plus, then you can have some more advantages when compared to the Note 10 Plus. Actually, I didn't recommend from going to Note 10 Plus to S20 Plus. Is the main thing is the pen. Actually, you will get an S Pen with Bluetooth functionality, with remote gestures. Actually, you can do anything, just flick around your apps to for next, play, pause, switching the cameras, clockwise rotation for zoom, anti-clockwise for reverse zoom. So you can get a lot of functionality in Note 10 Plus. So that's the main reason I will say don't switch from the Galaxy Note 10 Plus to the Galaxy S20 Plus. But in from the Galaxy S20 Plus, there is some reasons. Actually, you are getting a 120 hertz display, 64 MB camera, then you have some slight advantages here and there, then processor 9820 over the 990. So there are some advantages. Then in also in the areas of the battery capacity, then the front camera orientation. So there are some matters which differs both, but there's a catch is that if you are willing to go for the Galaxy S20 Ultra, then it will be a great deal, because the Galaxy S20 Ultra have a more advantage when compared to the Galaxy S20 Plus. Actually, instead of this 6.7-inch display, you will get a 6.9-inch display, and just instead of this 4000, actually the 4000 mAh for a mid to a heavy user, I will get about 18 to 20 hours battery backup. But if you go for an S20 Ultra, you will get a 1 day, sure 1 day if you're a heavy user. So actually I'm a heavy user, so I am getting a typical 1 day. Typical 1 day means from the time you wake up to the time you sleep. So that's a typical 1 day, I mean. And for the Galaxy S20 Ultra, you will get a full 1 day. That means a 24-hour 1 day if you heavily use that. Actually, the 120 hertz is using too much battery when compared to the normal 60 hertz, and also there is an advantage. And the main advantage comes to the camera areas. Actually, the Samsung is S20 Ultra is having a 108 MB camera, so there will be a significant difference in the terms of quality, sharpness, and all. And we get a telephoto of one as 48 MB telephoto, which can go all the way up to 100x zoom. Actually, the 30x zoom is also great. Actually, after getting an S20 Plus, I wish how I could get a S20 Ultra, because there will be some marginal differences between in the terms of camera, some specs, and also I would like to have an S20 Ultra. That means after getting an S20 Ultra, you wish, oh, I will sell the Galaxy S20 Plus, and later you buy the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Then no, actually, the resale value of Samsung flagships tend to get very low at some times. Actually, now it's the time, because of the corona and all, the resale value is still good for some reason. So but actually there is a price hike of rupees 5000 for all the Galaxy S20 variants. Actually, from the Galaxy S20 Plus is now available on 77, while this actually this was, I got it for 73,000 was the MRP. Then the Galaxy S20 Ultra go all the way up to 97,000 from 93,000, and also the Galaxy S20 from 64 to 66 to 70,000. So there is an increment in all the updates. So all the prices Then compared to the main things that differentiate the Galaxy S20 Plus and the Ultras are the 45-watt charging is supported on the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So there's a catch too. Then that's the main thing when compared to the. Then we have a marginal upgrade in the front camera. Actually, I already mentioned about the front camera. The front camera on the Galaxy S20 Plus is almost identical to that on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, but some apparent difference and all. But actually, in some bright scenario, it performs very well. But if the scenario is not so good, then it won't perform, we won't get a sharp detail. But it maintain a standard of a flagship, but it is still need to improve. But in terms of that, the Galaxy S20 performs just outstanding. So if you do have a Note 10 Plus, then upgrading to the S20 Ultra makes more sense. So because you are getting much difference from the 12 MB so directly to the 108 MB, from the 10x zoom you get directly to the 100x zoom, from a battery of 4300 on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus to a battery of 5000 mAh on the Galaxy S20 Ultra versus a 4500, which makes almost the same of 4000 or 4200, because use in 120 hertz makes a heavy battery drain when compared to the normal. So I would recommend going to the Galaxy S20 Ultra if you already have a Note 10 Plus. So don't go to the S20 Plus because of the display size, actually same display size, then almost everything remains the same in both. And also you will miss the RAM. Actually, if you are coming from a Note 10 Plus, you have a 12 GB of RAM. Then while coming to the S20 Plus, you will get only 8 GB, 128 GB. So that's a marginal difference from the 12 GB to 56 GB. So yes, of course you can use an SD card if you want to extend. That's up to you guys. But if you are sort of you dual SIM user, so you can't use because it's a hybrid SIM slot. So there are some differences. So I would recommend going to the S20 Ultra if you already have a Note 10 Plus, and going to the S20 Plus will be more meaningful if you have an S10 Plus, because there is some marginal differences. Actually, we have now the three devices of the S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra. So the sweet spot is the S20 Plus, because at a price segment of 70,000 versus the 77,000 versus the 90,000. That means 20,000 rupees is more for the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So there the sweet spot is obviously the Galaxy S20 Plus. So if you want to experience the 120 hertz motion smoothness, that means the refresh rate, then you want to experience the 30x zoom, then you have some marginal updates here and there, including the 64 MB camera instead of the 12. So according to that matter, the S20 Plus is still worth the money. Then so I would recommend don't go for the S20, because it have only just 4000 mAh battery, means just had 3500 mAh, because on using 120 hertz. So start from at least the S20 Plus, because there is only 7000 difference between the both. Actually, I would recommend keep some money and then only buy the S20 Plus, because S20 Plus have a screen size also much less. So I would recommend going to the S20 Plus or the Ultra. So then as typical flagships do, it supports wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, 9 watts and all. So that's all incredible matters regarding the Galaxy S20 series. Then we have the One UI 2. Actually, the One UI now feels so much super. But the thing is that actually the One UI 2.2 update on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus transitions begin so smooth. Actually, I feel, is it more than 60 Hz? Actually, the transition scale becomes so much awesome. Like the first time I used iPhone X, I would just feel amazed to see that animation scale at the transitions was so smooth. So the almost same transitions were what we get on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. After that, with the S20 Plus just flows around. Actually, you can see the transitions and all, see, so much awesome. Just flying to the display as see. So that's all regarding the comparison between the Galaxy S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra while I compare. Actually, the thing I mentioned to not the buy Galaxy S20 Plus was if you are already having a Note 10 Plus or the S10 Plus, and then because of some marginal updates from the Note 10 Plus to the S20 Plus, you don't buy that. So directly go to the S20 Ultra, makes your money more worthy because of the 108 MB camera. Actually, I will say it is a 2021 feature factor for the Galaxy S20 Ultra will be. So that's a marginal update. So you don't need to update. But is there, actually I mentioned not to buy the Galaxy S20 Plus if you are from a Note 10 Plus. The reasons where you already getting an S Pen, you already getting a 12 GB RAM or 256 GB variant. So that were the reasons. And actually you will get a 64 MB camera instead of 12. But actually that's no every time, no, don't people use the use the zoom always. So it's up to sometimes. Yes, actually, I after getting the S20 plus to how much far it can go, I used many times the zoom and all. So that's up to you guys. So actually the Galaxy S20 Plus is a great device. Don't underestimate me. Actually, I am saying because if you are already having a Note 10 Plus, so it's more worth the money on getting a Galaxy S20 Ultra, or keep the Note 10 Plus and wait for the S20, sorry, Note 20 Ultra for more. So guys, that's all. Thank you guys.